here is 240-719-2560. So write that down because we're going to have a contest. If you watched last week's show and you can answer the question, then you will get something free. Yes, you will. So there's a couple of things going on. VoxWave.com. First of all, I want to let you know this is a network. So we have all types of great shows. So certainly I want you to tune in at 7 on Tuesdays to watch my show. But also we have Cheryl Wood comes on Wednesdays from noon to 2. She has a show called Impact Your World where she provides motivational guests and speaking, and she's a really a force here in the DMV and growing all over the world. We also have, on Fridays, we have a drive time DJ named DJ Drew. He's on from 5 to 7. We have Sisters Live. The Sisters for Sisters show comes on at 12 to 2 on Saturdays with Peggy Morris. And if you don't know Peggy Morris, then you're missing out on a really blessed woman. So, again, I'm glad you tuned in now, but I just want to tell you that we are part of a family. So part of VoxWave is having a coat drive. And so if you're here in the DMV, please bring your coats over to 4711 Outh Place, Suitland, Maryland. VoxWave will be sponsoring its first annual coat drive. The coats collected will be distributed to various homeless shelters and families in the metro area. Coat drop-off location is 4711 Outh Place, behind the Red Lobster on Branch Avenue in Suitland, Maryland. For additional information, contact Frank Dent at 301-442-9258. Coats will be collected January 25th and February 25th. As you know, the studio is located at Star Imports, located at 4711 Outh Place. Star Imports is the home of the boutique style buying service. Star Imports, also known as Adele Motors, has 50 years in the automotive industry. They provide the personal attention you deserve and treat you with the utmost respect. Bad credit? No problem. We have credit restoration programs to help you. If the vehicle is not in our inventory, their inventory, no problem. They'll specialize in finding you the perfect car. So if you're interested in purchasing a car, come by and see them and tell them you heard about it on the My Spa Bath and Body Show. So a couple of things I want to get into. First, want to talk about, as you all know, Shea Moisture was sold to Unilever, which we all know about Unilever. See, if you watch this show, you learn so much about the companies that you hear in the news. Richelieu Dennis, he sold his portion of the company for probably about $290-300 million, and he's buying Essence Magazine. You know, sometimes people, they kind of have a problem when minority-owned companies sell to a larger company. And I kind of thought about it, you know, back in the days with Colgate-Palmolive and all of those larger companies. They held on to their company and grew it. So I'm just curious as to what Unilever said they could grow that company to that Mr. Dennis didn't think that he could. He also went ahead and purchased Essence Magazine, which I kind of wonder if that's to gain market position for his products or what, but it's a good thing. So anyway, we're going to have a contest, and the first person who can call in during our show can tell me what the two main products that every home should have during cold and flu season will win 3 bars of soap. They'll win the lemon avocado, the peppermint rosemary, the eucalyptus, and a bottle of the ginger sangria. So if you know what the two things are that I mentioned, then call 240-719-2560. Okay, I was going to talk about cocoa butter and shea butter, but as you know, I'm always researching different types of products and the latest. And I found something that I just love, love, love. And it is thanks to your good friend, Uncle Ben. Yes, Uncle Ben. Now, why am I just so overjoyed about Uncle Ben? Is because I learned about rice water. Yes, rice water. What is rice water? It's very simple. It's rice that has been soaked in water, and the benefits are just outstanding. And I have made some products up that I'm going to show you, and you are going to love them. So, like I said, what we're going to talk about is rice water. Okay, so this is what it'll look like. What I did is I soaked it cold overnight. And what you do is you just put rice, any kind of rice, in a bottle, and then put twice as much water in it. And that's it, rice water. Now, why do you want to do that? Rice water possesses many benefits for your health. Okay, now everybody knows that rice is one of the most consumed foods in the world. Okay, now when you first make it, it's just regular rice water. But then as you let it sit for a day, it becomes fermented and it becomes even more potent. Now, the way it was brought to my attention was like I said, I was watching and getting different news feeds, and I heard about rice water being a great tonic for your hair, that the Asians attribute their beautiful long hair to rinsing it in rice water. And their hair is super long. And so on a natural hair show feed, there were people with natural hair using this rice water to rinse their hair, and they were saying they were getting great results. So it contains significant amounts of antioxidants, minerals, vitamin E, and other active compounds that make it an excellent ally for your health. Okay, so how do you make it? Now, what I did, like I said, I soaked it in water for about 8 hours. But what you can also do, and what other, depending on what website you're looking at, they say to boil it, but you always have twice as much water as rice. So you're not necessarily trying to make rice, but you're trying to get the water. Okay, during the cooking process, the rice releases high concentrations of vitamin B, folic acid, and antioxidants. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, natural hair conditioner, skin toner. Use it to close up and tighten up your pores. It's a great acne treatment because it has anti-inflammatory properties and astringent properties to reduce and prevent pimples. And guess what? This doesn't have any alcohol in it or anything like that that could irritate your skin. So that makes it excellent. And it leaves the skin feeling soft. So you would apply it directly to blackheads and pimples with a cotton ball, or use twice every day. Of course, you could drink it if you are having diarrhea, but we're not talking about that. The starch in the rice helps with eczema. It's used to relieve the itching, irritation, and dryness. You just rub a little on the affected areas 2 or 3 times a day. Okay, so for centuries, Asian women have been using this to beautify their face, body, and hair. Okay, like I said, it's very, very good for your skin. Now, since it's water, you have to keep it in the refrigerator, and you can only have it for a week because it may start to go bad. Okay, but again, I told you I soaked it, but you can boil it. Now, so this is what it looks like. Well, you can also, like I said, use it as a facial cleanser, facial toner. But the thing is that in my research, I found out that it can leave a residue on your skin. So if you use it for a cleanser, I probably wouldn't. I would probably use a regular soap, or of course a My Spa soap, www.myspa.etsy.com. You knew I had to throw that in there. But like I said, the reason I started this soap line is to have natural products. Some things I can't sell, but you can have this inexpensive remedy. Now, I'm going to tell you though, of course, I didn't just use it like this. You can, but there are so many great essential oils that you can use. So this is what I made. Now, what happens, you probably can't see it, but it's a little cloudy. And what that's called is, I think they call it petria. And it's kind of like a sediment that starts growing in the water as it sits. And that is additional nutrients for your skin. So even if it gets cloudy, that's good. So what did I add to my rice water? I used two. I used rosemary and lavender, but I'm going to also talk about two that you can use. Okay, so rosemary, we talked about rosemary last week with the talking about coughs and colds. So with rosemary, as with all essential oils and any advice that I give here, my statements have not been approved by the FDA. None of these things are meant to cure any kind of disease. If you're sick, go to the doctor. If you have a serious skin ailment, go to a dermatologist. But if you don't have, but sometimes I tell you, at my table when I'm vending, most people come and ask me about eczema and psoriasis and acne because they are working with a dermatologist and they haven't seen any results. So I'm just so helpful if anything that I say can help. So anyway, I always have to put that disclaimer out there. Anyway, we are talking about rosemary was the first one that I used. I don't know what, rosemary. Okay, and everything that I'm going to show you, you can get at your local GNC. So I put rosemary and lavender in mine. Okay, so the good thing about rosemary, first of all, when you're using it as a toner, and I use this as a toner, I wash my face with, of course, one of my soaps, and then I use this as a toner, okay, because I don't want that buildup on my skin, as it says that it'll do. Okay, so rosemary, using that in the morning helps to give your mind a boost, which is everybody can use that. But rosemary, and I'm going to point out the things that complement what this rice water is going to do. Okay, so you've made this rice water for pennies on the dollar. Okay, then you're going to add rosemary. Rosemary is a great acne fighter. It's a powerful antibacterial, antiseptic, and anti-inflammatory and astringent that's going to work to fight acne. Okay, so that's going to complement some of the things that you'll find in the rice water. It unclogs blocked pores. Okay, it relieves the congestion on your skin and gently detox your congested skin by purifying it from deep within. That sounds so good, but it does, get rid of dead sebum, which is on your skin. It gets rid of pollution, germs, and other pollutants. It smooths fine lines and prevent wrinkles, which that's what the rice water does. So we're fortifying those properties in it. It tightens and tones skin, which this rice water does. And my face, when I was using it, it feels, And if you use it as a toner, once you get done, you can put your moisturizer on. It feels completely smooth. Okay? And then the rosemary, it minimizes large pores, which again, this fortifies what the rice water is going to do. It gets rid of under eye bags. Okay, so again, you're going to put this on a cotton ball, scrub it around, and it heals eczema and other inflammatory skin conditions. So we talked about it does that in rice water, and it's also going to do that when you add the rosemary. So that's what's in here. And then I added lavender. So lavender is, everybody knows lavender, okay? There's several different kinds, but This lavender is going to help treat acne, okay? Aids in the treatment of eczema, detoxifies skin, and it also can help heal burns and insect bites. So that's extra when you put the lavender in here. And here is the lavender. Again, everything that I'm showing you is from Mom's. So it's Mom's brand, which is what you can get at your local GNC, as long as you're not at the one in LARGO that doesn't have any THING. But maybe one day they'll stock up. So that's the lavender. Okay. And I said it's a great as a toner. This lavender is going to make your skin firm, boost circulation, and it results in an adequate supply of oxygen and nutrition to your skin cells. And so it's going to keep your skin healthy. So that is that. And also, like I said, if you add lavender and rosemary with this toner, you can use it on your hair. Both of them are great for fortifying hair. I use rosemary. I don't specifically make a hair care product, but I put rosemary in my national brand shampoo. I put rosemary and tea tree oil right in there. So a lot of these things that I use, oh, no, Diamond, it's not in the boutique. This is something that you would make because it's made out of water and it will spoil. So this rice water, you can make it, like I said, it's pennies on the dollar to make it. And you can use it plain, but I'm just going through the different ways that you can fortify it. So excellent, excellent. So you can use this particular one that I made for your hair and for your skin, because the lavender is going to control hair loss, which the rice water is known for doing, and treating dandruff. Also using it, like I said, it's a good conditioner on your hair, and then it'll heal wounds, okay? So this is mine. This is what I put in it, and I've used it, and it is wonderful. The rice water also brightens your skin and makes it feel better. So Wanda, how much lavender and rosemary do you add? I added about 4 to 5 drops each to the water, and just to see how it would feel. And this is about 4 ounces. So I would say about 4 ounces, 4 ounces of rose water, and 3 to 4 drops of the lavender and rosemary. Now, rosemary, like I always say, you have to be careful, because if you are prone to any type of epileptic seizures, you don't want to fool with rosemary. And if you're pregnant, you don't want to fool with rosemary. Okay? So leave rosemary alone if you got problems. So that's mine. I'm using it, and I love it. I love it. I love it. Put it on a cotton ball, and you will be fine. Then there's a couple of other things that we talked about. And also, remember, I'm having a contest. If you can remember the 2 things I said that you must have in your cough and cold arsenal, then you will win 3 bars of soap and a lotion. That's a $30 value, plus I'm going to ship it. So if you are paying attention, and I tell you what, if you've been watching, pay attention to this show too, because every week I'm going to have a giveaway, a contest, and I'm going to ask one simple question, and you'll be able to win products. I may have a gift certificate to the famous Red Lobster that we talk about. That's right behind us. You just don't know. Maybe it won't be soap. So anyway, and I just want to shout out to my contingent in Cleveland who's watching on Facebook Live. I think I've got it straight now. So how am I on time? Are we going to take a break? Okay. We are going to do I have to take a break? Okay. Oh, I can keep going because I don't have anybody coming on. So I'll finish this up and then we'll switch over. Okay. Then there's 2 essential oils that we talked about last week that would be a great add-on. So The first one is frankincense. Okay, I carry a frankincense witch hazel lotion that is great. And like I said, frankincense was considered like gold in biblical times. Everybody's just come out of Christmas. Well, some people have, and frankincense, myrrh, and gold were very, very valuable. So what we're going to do, again, I may repeat as you watch different types of essential oils. That's because they have so many uses and applications. So don't say, oh, she's talking about this again. What I'm doing is I'm highlighting another feature of that essential oil. So frankincense, we learned, was great for cough and colds, for decongesting and an expectorant, for using one of the two, you mix this with one of the two things that I mentioned that you have to have, and you rub it on your chest. So putting that on your face and using that with the rice water is going to help, it's going to be an astringent and kill harmful germs and bacteria. It's going to heal your skin and prevent the signs of aging. It balances your hormone levels and will decrease your inflammation and pain. So that is your frankincense. Okay, and then the last one, I don't want to say I left the best for last, but I left the most powerful for last, which is tea tree oil. Now, you have to be very careful with tea tree oil because it's very strong. Okay, you're still going to put it in the rice water, but you may want to try like 1 or 2 drops at first and mix it with the frankincense or the lavender or all of that, because it's great for acne, but it's very, very strong. Okay, everybody knows that tea tree oil contains strong antibacterial and antifungal compounds that are known to reduce inflammation that can lead to swelling of the skin. So this has been highly researched. All you need is a tiny amount to penetrate the skin and unblock the sebaceous glands. It will dry out whiteheads, blackheads, pimples, and other blemishes, as well as disinfect the pores too. Okay. It also helps relieve psoriasis. This does. So you have the eczema treatment with your rice water, and you have treatment of psoriasis with the tea tree oil, as well as eczema, cuts and infections. And you know what else you could do? You can use it to get rid of your athlete's foot. So put this with the rice water and rub it between your toes. Get them soft and smooth. And then finally, as a makeup remover, you can use tea tree oil and give it a shot with the rice water. Okay? So remember, rice water is your go-to. Okay? We are going to take a break. And if you can see in here, it's developing some of that as well. You want to keep it in the refrigerator and make sure it's good. So we're going to take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be right back. Hey, Cindy. back. Now on Facebook, you're like, back from what? But on Voxwave.com, we have like a commercial or, those screensaver. So again, I'm going to give the number 240-719-2560. And if you want to win the prize, then you need to call and tell me the 2 products. Watch every week because I will be giving away prizes, be them gifts from My Spa Bath and Body Products located at www.myspa.etsy.com, or they could be found at Key to Impressions on Georgia Avenue. I gotta start having that address when I say that. LRW World Gear in Camp Springs, and at the Beauty Supply Store in right across from Andrews Air Force Base. Okay, one more quick thing I'm going to talk about. I did make some chamomile water. Chamomile is good too. So we featured rice water, but I said, you know what? Since I talked about the 4 different essential oils, you can also use it with chamomile. Now, this is chamomile tea. It's just regular tea. So if you're drinking it at home, pull some aside and make a little jar of it. And you can add any of the 4 essential oils that we talked about on to your skin treatment. Okay, why do you want to use chamomile? Because there's a couple of great things. It treats cuts, wounds, and skin conditions. So you can use this also for your psoriasis and eczema. Like I said, so if you're drinking your chamomile tea and you're not feeling well, or you use it for sleep, or to boost your immunity, or treat a cold like I had, you can also, like I said, use this as part of your skincare regimen. It reduces acne. It helps fade spots, eliminate acne scars, and fights breakouts, and if used topically. So you can take this chamomile tea that you're sipping on and put a little tea tree oil in there, give it a shake, and you're good to go. Now remember, everything that's water-based is going to go bad eventually. So you have to keep it in the refrigerator, okay? And between, keep it for 7, no more than 10 days, maybe even less than that. You can extend it a little bit more if you put a little vitamin E in it. And if you have dry skin, you might want to add a little vitamin E to, the chamomile water that we have here. We'll call it like water, but it's really the tea you made. And the rice water, you can add a little vitamin E. That'll extend it a little bit. Sometimes you can add some grapefruit extract oil or grapefruit essential oil, but you don't want to have anything that may rest on your skin too long with the grapefruit. Chamomile reduces under eye circles and can get rid of dandruff. So you can rinse your hair with this too. Mix this with your rosemary and your tea tree and rinse your hair with it. Okay? So I'm going to listen very carefully. Now I'm going to give you 2 things, 2 health and beauty things that no one should have to tell you is wrong. Okay? But like I said, I found this stuff is written down, and so this is going to be the question to win free products next week, as you have to say what the 2 things that are wrong and no one should have to tell you, but I'm going to do it. Okay, the first thing is please do not clean your vagina with a cucumber. Apparently, there has been some talk about using a cucumber to clean your vagina. Don't do it. What the various sources have said that you would insert a peeled cucumber into your vagina and let it sit anywhere from 20 minutes to overnight to sanitize and minimize odor. Okay? I'm not going to say what I'd rather have, but I know I don't want a peeled cucumber down there. So if your vagina smells really funky, okay, so let me just say that sticking this peeled cucumber up there, it will likely upset the natural balance and leave you with a greater risk of infection. and it will throw your pH off. If you are having a problem down there, go to a doctor for some healthcare advice. Okay, so just eat your cucumbers in a salad or with vinegar, but don't use the vinegar or the cucumber anywhere else. The other thing is no spermine facials. Okay, using semen as a facial tool has been around many years. Some doctors even offer spermine facials, but many caution against going the DIY route because of the risk of transmitting diseases and sexually transmitted infections. I'm reading this, y'all, so I'm not making this up. The theory is that sperm are packed with protein and antioxidants. While these are healthy in theory, there is no evidence that they do much of anything when used topically. So do not do that. Okay? It also depends on the DIYer's diet. So if he's been eating pineapples, then it's a good idea. Well, no, it's still not a good idea. But pineapple has enzymes, which we'll talk about later. But, if that's not the case, just stay away from it, okay? Just use the rice water and the chamomile. So next week's question is going to be, what are the 2 things that you should not do? So tune in next week, and when I say call in, because nobody called in, and what is the answer? The answer that you must have in your home is the magnesium chloride flakes and castor oil. Okay, so tune in next week. We'll have another giveaway. Maybe I'll still try to give away this soap and this lotion because you're missing out. So we will see you next week. Like I say, the 2 questions I'll ask are, what are the 2 things no one should have to tell you? Okay, see you next week. And is there anything else I need to say? www.myspa.etsy.com. Yay! Out! Peace! Fini!